What's up, YouTube? I had to, well, number one thing, I had to make sure that it's really quiet. I had to make sure that the kids are asleep and all that stuff, blah, blah, so that you guys can really hear this. Um, I made sure I turned the ceiling fan off. Nothing else was on except for the PlayStation, obviously. The game was paused. I was playing Call of Duty. But, I was gonna do this once I had 5 days of playtime on the PlayStation, just like I did the review after 5 days of playing with the Xbox. But I don't need to wait 5 days for this. I'm sorry, it's not getting. I don't see any update or anything changing this or the other things that I have noticed so far. I took a few notes yesterday, um, but I can say for sure that I put in a good 24 hours of playtime on the PS5 so far. Um, it's a good system, I'll give it that, but let me just get to the point. The YouTubers that have been given free PlayStations and have given it a review and all that stuff, the ones, and it could, I don't know, it could be whatever, could be defective if you want to call it that, but if it runs if it runs the games well, if it's not crashing and all that stuff and blah blah blah, then you can't say that it's defective. But it is, well, it's quiet now, but it ain't a quiet system, I can tell you that. I can tell you it's pretty much the same PlayStation that we've had before when it came. I feel like the PS3 is quiet. I feel like it's the quietest one. I mean, 1 and 2, can't really recall them so much, whether they're quiet or not. But I feel like those were quiet because they were smaller and less powerful. But when it came to that big jump in gaming hardware, I feel like the PS3 is quieter. The PS4, whichever one it doesn't matter if it's the Pro, the Slim, or the OG. They're both loud and obnoxious, and it feels like they're just freaking like gasping for air when they work too hard running a game. But remember when I told you guys when I opened up the Xbox, I ran the updates, powered it on, put the disc in, it made noise. The disc drive made noise, but it only made noise for 2 minutes. And then after that, didn't make noise. Put in another disc, didn't make noise. So I put in a whole bunch of games in here, and it is not made noise. Okay, I don't hear the fan. Okay, it's pushing out all the heat. I got the temperature gun measuring the heat and stuff, and no noise. I don't hear it. I don't feel it. The other systems, like the PlayStation 4, I could feel it shaking my table. Um, we'll get into that one, the PS5, but no noise complaint. Okay, the temperature is fine. It's normal. It's a powerful system, and the only temperature that runs hot is the air that's being pushed out of it. But it runs quiet, whether it's a disc game, a digital game, an update. I don't hear it. And the only time where I heard noise from the One X, not the Series X, but the One X, was when it was off and it was doing, I guess, an update or something like that. You would hear like a, and then it would freaking do a little update because I had it plugged into the Ethernet, so it was always on. Because remember, Xbox doesn't have rest mode; they know better. Um, but the PlayStation 5 does not run quiet. Stop lying to people and saying, yeah, that's quiet, you know. Both the Xbox and the PlayStation are quiet. They're not. Okay, the Xbox is quiet. PlayStation is not quiet at all. It's quiet now, but even right now, my phone can't pick up the noise, but guarantee you if I had the hardware to test out noise and noise levels and stuff, I would pick this up because The Xbox running, I can't hear it. Me and my daughter were in the room playing games, updating the system, turning it on and off. The only noise it makes is when you press the power button, that be-doop, that's it. That's the only noise you ever hear. That fan, you don't hear that fan. It don't matter how hard that thing's running, how much air that thing's pushing. You ain't hearing the fan. The PS5, turned it on, did this little beep noise, lights came on, and then as soon as I went through all of the starting up thing, and it says, hey, you want to put a disc in to download it while you're going through this process? And I'm like, sure. I made sure I had the disc the right way. Okay, make sure when you put the disc in and you have the thing horizontal that the picture is facing left. So I put that in, and automatically it sounded like it was grinding my disc. It sounded like I just put it into a blender and it was like, sounded like a fax machine. Okay, it's semi-quiet right now. It's still, you can still hear this noise. I think that's the fan. You can hear like a little noise. You know how when you turn the air conditioning on in the house, you can kind of hear it kick on, and you hear the air blowing through the vents. That's what it sounds like right now. But when you put a disc in, that thing is, what the heck? That thing is possessed. That thing's not quiet. I'm telling you guys now, it ain't quiet when you put a disc in. When you're downloading the disc, it's not quiet. It's quiet when you're running a game, but not when you're downloading the game. If you're downloading a game, whether it's a disc or digital, that thing's gonna be making some funky noises. When you're doing updates, that thing's gonna be doing some funky noises. When it's updating another game or software while you're playing a game, that thing is gonna be making some funky noises. Let me see if I can call it, because right now I'm gonna move it a little bit closer to the system. So I don't know if you guys can pick up that little air noise. That's the system. But let me update something. What can I update? I haven't run the system all day, so I feel like it's updated almost everything. It's even updated PS3 games. Like, what the heck? Alright, it's updated everything. So let me do something else. Let me go to the store, pick whatever free game there is, and let's let's get the noise going. I purchased this. Okay. Now you don't want to make noise? Now it's trying to make me look like a liar. Anyways, it makes noise. It'll probably make noise in a couple minutes, but it makes noise. Maybe it's not making noise because it's a PS4 game. But it's this one, Warframe. Time it's already downloaded. Yeah, a little what's it called noise, a little cricket noise. Boom. You hear that? I'll mute the TV. You hear that crap? Try to make me look like a fool. I had to mute the TV. Do you hear that? That is crazy. Turn this light off. Wrong one. is crazy. And then look, you go drew, and there's still little clicking noise. Like it's one of the things from The Last of Us, the little crickets, crickers, whatever, clickers. So yeah, this system does not run quiet. Okay. Another thing is no one told me ever on YouTube that my disc was going to be warm and toasty when I took it out. Like, what the heck? Why is it? And I'll be playing like an hour or something of like Miles or something or COD, and I'll take the disc out and it's freaking hot. Like, yo, you're trying to melt my disc in this system? And then when I use the thermostat gun, I'll check the body is around 83, the face front plate is around 92, and then you get to the disk drive. I literally have the laser pointed into the disk drive, and it's 97, around 97 to 98. And then when I take the disc out, it's warm and toasty, like I just put it in the frickin' oven. Like, what the heck? No system has ever done that. PS4, Xbox 360, One, blah blah blah, whatever, Series X. I've never had a warm or a hot disc. Like, what are you guys doing when you put it in there? You're changing the art or something? You're making the disc when you're in there? Like, this is like an easy bake oven for disc. I feel like I'm burning a disc, literally. um, so yeah, it's not quiet when it's downloading a game, when it's doing updates. It makes that weird fax noise. It cooks your disc. So I'm afraid to ever binge play a game because to spend more than a few hours in a game because it's literally baking it like an easy bake oven. Um, but the exhaust temperature is the same as the Xbox temperature. It ranges around like 101 or 110, so it's really not bad. They both have the same heat being pushed out, but temperature wise for the system, PlayStation loses. I'm sorry, PlayStation takes a L when it comes to noise, when it comes to temperature, because it's baking your disc. It's literally heating it up to almost 100 degrees on the disk drive. So I think it's because they used some whatever to insulate the disk drive to make it quiet, but you're really just like freaking making it hot. So you're making the disc hot and all that stuff. The UI, people are like, oh my god, it looks so great. It's in 4K HDR, and the Xbox, it doesn't run in 4K. It's the UI, dude. You're not spending no more than a couple minutes in the UI, okay? This is a game console for games. As long as the games are in high res, no one cares about the UI, okay? I give Xbox their props for the UI because people are like, oh, it didn't change that much. What's the problem? You should be familiar where you're going at, okay? This new UI, I feel like, what the heck? I moved into a new house, but I didn't get the tour. They just left me at the front door and said, here's the keys, figure it out. I'm sitting here trying to find stuff. It took me a minute to find where the downloads are because another thing, I have to baby this system when it comes to downloading and updating my games, whether they're PS5 or PS4. I can't just say, hey, download, and then walk away. I have to baby it because I'll click download and it'll just be like, okay, it's in the queue. I'm like, what do you mean in the queue? Who's in front of it? Who's what you call? There's just this one game that I have to download. What's in front of it? Why is it not what you call? I have to go into the downloads and click download. And then it doesn't even attempt to download two things at the same time. And I'm not talking about two games. I'm talking about when the game has multiple downloads and stuff. Like, what are you doing? I don't have these issues with Xbox, okay? It'll download like two things max at the same time. Like, and then don't get me started on what you call it, because even though the SSD is custom and it's so great, it still takes forever to download a game. I literally, that's why they put Astro in the game, built into the software, because that's what you're going to be playing until your freaking game is done downloading, whether it's disc or digital. It takes forever. Okay? I know there's a free upgrade for Mortal Kombat. Guess what I did? I literally just stopped the download, took the disc out, because I'm not going to wait 90 minutes. Literally said it's the same download time for the PS4 Pro, and I changed the internal drive from the PS4 Pro to a QVO, a Samsung QVO, and it's still slow. As a matter of fact, I feel like that is faster than this PS5 download, what you call it. So whether it's a PS4 game or a PS5 game, it's freaking slow when it comes to downloading a game. But overall, yeah, I'm having fun with Miles Morales. I'm having fun. Well, I had fun playing and seeing the remaster for Spider-Man, but then I was like, hey, I can transfer my data over and get another platinum, so that was cool. Call of Duty, I finally get to play Call of Duty. It took me 24 hours to freaking download Call of Duty. You know what? I don't even blame PlayStation for that download, because you literally have to. You think you're downloading the game, but you're not. You gotta download the freaking thing to get to the menu, and then every freaking part of it is a separate download. And then the freaking story is a 3-part download. What the heck? Okay? And it's not even that, what you call it. I feel like Modern Warfare looks better than Black Ops. That's just my opinion. I feel, and what you call it, I played Modern Warfare on the PS4 Pro. And I got the PS5 and I got Cold War for PS5, and I feel like Cold War graphically doesn't look amazing. Okay? Yeah, you got the ray tracing in there and stuff, and I'm like, I feel like there was some artificial ray tracing in Modern Warfare. I feel like Modern Warfare looked like a better game when it comes to the story and all that stuff. But finally got to play some of the story. I played Zombies while I was waiting for that to download, and that's all about. I played Astro while I was waiting. I played Astro with my daughter. My daughter wanted to play the game again. I said later, but like, I'll tell you one thing. The adaptive triggers are cool. I can say that. I can if there's a pro in this video about PS5, is that the controller adaptive triggers are awesome. Okay? And not just for Astro, even though Astro, it really utilizes it a lot. Um, and it's pretty cool. And it uses everything. It uses the motion of the controller, it uses the adaptive triggers, the touchpad, it uses everything. Okay? And PlayStation always does that. When they do something new to the controller, to the system, and all that stuff, there's always that launch game that uses everything, and then every other game doesn't use it. But that's cool. It is being used in other games as well, though. Spider-Man, whether it's Miles or Peter Parker, you do feel tension when you're swinging and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I can say the haptic feedback in the controller is pretty cool as well. It's pretty good. I feel like it's on par when it comes to the Xbox Elite controllers. Because the same thing, haptic feedback is nothing new. Nintendo had it, Xbox had it, so it's not really something that they invented, that Sony came up with. Sony just finally uses it. Because all their dual shock controllers just use the freaking shock things. But it's finally nice to feel haptic feedback in the controller. But haptic feedback with adaptive triggers together feels freaking awesome. Call of Duty, oh my god. Like, you really have to pull down. I feel like haptic feedback and adaptive triggers make you a better gamer for first person shooter games. I feel like my aim and everything is so much better because of the adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback together. because the adaptive triggers, they really, what you call it, you really feel the recoil, and because you can really be immersive in the recoil, you kind of know how to adjust and how to control the recoil and all that stuff. And pulling really down on the trigger instead of having loose triggers and just spraying all over the place, I feel like the shots are really focused on what you're shooting at. So that's freaking dope. I can't wait to try other shooters, not just Call of Duty, with this controller. But yeah, if there's a pro in this video about PS5, it's the controller. That's it. I'm obviously still gonna play with the PS5. Obviously can't wait for more exclusives to come out. Am I gonna play Demon's Souls? When it's on sale. I'm not paying $70 for what you call it. Like in my last video, Walmart has been pretty good with not doing that $70. Oh, sorry, I said $60. $70. I meant $70. They haven't been doing the $70 thing for all the games. I mean, the $70 I still had to pay for the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, but you know, you're getting 2 games, so whatever. But Call of Duty, with their bull crap with $70, you either get the cross bundle for $70 or you get the PS5 not bundle for $70. I was able to snag it for $60 at Walmart. Godfall is $60, or I think cheaper at Walmart. If you don't have Mortal Kombat 11 and you want it for the PS5, you don't have to pay top dollar for it. It's $48 at Walmart. So I did check 2K. They did not bring the price down for 2K at Walmart for the PS5 yet, but Walmart's been doing pretty good with bringing the price down on games, whether they're new or they're a couple months old or whatever. But yeah, Miles is the only big exclusive right now for what you call it. I played Bugsnax. Oh my god, that thing, I got stupid bored with that game. Are you serious? And it doesn't even look good. Like, I can see if it like looked good, like, oh my god, the colors and all that stuff, and oh my god, ray tracing, but no, it doesn't look good at all. It looks like garbage. That could be a Switch game. I just downloaded the Thumb Battle game, blah blah, the free game that they have. So I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, just what you call it. I've just been playing Spider-Man and Call of Duty on the PlayStation, and like I said, the download time took so freaking long that I'm just now getting playtime with Call of Duty. I played a little bit last night, some zombies, but I couldn't. It didn't download the full game, so that was a mess. But yeah, they lied to us, man. The people that get paid to review consoles and all that stuff and got the free consoles, yeah, it's not quiet. And I do not think that this is a defective console. I think this is the standard, okay? So if you're downloading a game, digital or disc, you're gonna hear that fax thing. If you're downloading an update and all that stuff, you're gonna get that fax noise, that loud fan noise, and your discs are gonna run hot. And that's pretty much it. So it's not quiet. It definitely is a spicy boy, and I'm not just saying, hey, yeah, the heat that's coming out of it is hot, but you know, it's doing good with the cooling. No, it shouldn't be an easy bake oven cooking my freaking disc. My disc come out hot. I've never had a disc come out hot from any console at all. So that's a no-no for me. But hey, your controller, the DualSense controller, yeah, you finally did something right, man. Adaptive triggers, awesome. Haptic feedback, pretty good. Been keeping my hands clean because I do not want this white or semi-gray controller to get dirty and look completely ugly. Sony, shoot me a message when you get a black controller, or maybe a real gray and black, you know, the classic PlayStation controller and all that stuff. Being able to mute my TV by holding the mute button, pretty cool. Hey, you finally put friction rings on here, so can we expect an Elite controller or a Pro controller from PlayStation? Yeah, pretty cool. This dot right here lets you know that you're player one, and then if you get a second controller, it'll let you know you're player two, three, four, blah blah blah. The touchpad, I do like the touchpad. I mean, it's the same, but I do like how it looks like it's it's the same plastic and the same look as the body and all that stuff. Um, USB C, love it. Definitely charges very quick and definitely lasts a pretty while. I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, you get a short life," because of all the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers. I actually got a lot of good playtime out the box without a charge. Out the box with this thing. It literally took a while just for one bar of battery to go down. Um, and I've been playing 24 hours and I've only charged it once. And I've never gone too far as to the controller just dying. I've always had a problem with the PS4 controller always dying on me in the middle of the game, but no. I did notice one thing. It does feel comfortable, and man, those friction rings definitely make it so freaking buttery smooth with the movements. I don't have to worry about going through thumbsticks. Um, and I do like how they moved the charging port up a little because with the PS4 controller, the charging port was all the way down here, so you couldn't lay down your controller. If you laid it down, you're bending the port and you're gonna break it. One thing I did notice though is the D-pad. You see how it's nice and close together, and then you see how big and open the face buttons are. If you're a PlayStation guy, like you've been playing PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, all that stuff back to back, and then boom, you get a PS5 and you jump on it, you're gonna notice a huge difference with the big behind gap between these buttons. I was resting my button on square for the first 10 minutes of playing with this controller, thinking it was X. I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm pressing X. Why does it keep doing that? And then I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm not pressing X. I'm pressing square. So you're really going to have to adjust. Like, you're probably just going to have to, like, quarantine yourself from a DualShock controller ever if you want to comfortably adjust yourself to playing with the DualSense controller because yeah, this is weird. You kept this the same, nice and close together, but then you just scattered these, even though it's the same size on both sides. So yeah, let me know in the comments for the people that have a DualSense controller if you had the same mistake with me that your your thumb just comfortably rests on the square controller on the square button thinking it's the X button. But other than that, great controller guys. Okay, you're finally getting somewhere. I always complained about PlayStation's hardware, whether it was the console or the controller, and hey, you got one right, and it's the controller. Um, I didn't have an issue setting up the PlayStation 5. Like I said, I've had no what you call it. I did get errors with half of my PS4 games being downloaded. So I guess I had to put the disc in and just re-download them and stuff. But other than that, the transfer was pretty smooth. I already had everything on my hard drive external. Plug the baby in, boom. But like I said, only half downloaded properly. The other one keep popping up an error, and I still keep getting errors actually. Yep, look. I keep getting errors for Kingdom Hearts 3, Battlefield 5, Soul Calibur, Marvel's Spider-Man, the original one, but I think I get that error because I got the remastered one. Division 2, no title, Crash, Far Cry New Dawn, Destroy All Humans, SpongeBob SquarePants, Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, Anthem. Yeah, that's weird. Last of Us 2 is a freaking exclusive for PlayStation, and I'm getting an error for trying to download it. So unless there's a free PS5 update that I don't know about, then I don't know what's going on. You guys hear that noise again from the thing? It's like it's moaning in its sleep. It's weird. Um, but otherwise, To me, this just feels like a PS4 Pro of the Pro. So 2 Pros. I feel like this is just a Pro version of the Pro that we had a couple years back. Um, Definitely not a big leap. Um, the only thing that I've noticed the SSD working good with is Miles Morales, and that's it. But like I said, I'm not really gonna get Demon Souls until the price drops more or it's on sale. Godfall I could have gotten cheaper than $70 at Walmart, but you guys have been telling me Godfall is just god awful and god trash and blah blah blah, and it's really a disappointment because that's the same people that freaking make Borderlands. So the fact that you guys gave us a boring slasher game, pretty disappointing. I've only seen like 5 minutes of like co-op gameplay. I really haven't seen a lot of streamers do co-op. But I'm gonna end this video because I don't want to stretch too long. I'm just repeating myself. But let me know in the comments if you guys have had these issues as well. For those who have a PS5, for those who did not get a PS5 but still want one, I'll still be doing videos on whenever days they're going to be releasing and blah 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 blah. Thank you guys for watching all my videos. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for commenting. Like I said, I'm here for the comments, whether they're bad or negative. I will respond. Unless they're a huge waste of time, then I'll just delete them. But I do respond as soon as possible because I have my phone on me, I have my iPad, I have all that stuff, so I do get the alerts. But yeah, let me guys know if you guys are having the same issue with the PS5 controller, and let me know if you guys like the DualSense controller because me, I'm a big the controller being good is the key to whatever game you're playing. And not only is the DualSense controller comfortable and well performing, but they definitely did a big leap when it came to the DualShock controller, which was not comfortable to me. The sticks would always get worn out because there was no friction ring, um, and it just felt cheap. It just felt like, hey, let's just focus on the console and not the freaking thing. We can just keep it, Don't fix what's not broken. No, your DualShocks have always been broken. But fanboys don't want to tell you that because they're fanboys. Fanboys don't look at the negative, they look at the positive, which there's not really a lot of positive when it comes to PlayStation. You guys are just a name, okay? Xbox is really trying to rebrand themselves and redo how they do hardware and software, and really, they're pro gamer. So, but that's not me from fanboys because Xbox still has their issues, but you know, their controllers are freaking comfortable, and their Elite controllers are definitely elite. So, Sony, let us know when you're doing a pro controller. I would love it. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe. Be, merry because it is December. So, hope you guys have a nice holiday. I'm still gonna be doing videos every other day and stuff, but be safe while you're going out Christmas shopping or whatever holiday you guys celebrate, and just be safe, and hopefully you guys are with your family and having a good time and just protecting yourselves, all right? We're still in whatever the heck is going on, and even if we do get whatever vaccine or whatever, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't practice being safe and being aware of our surroundings and our hygiene, right? So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.